Hey guys, I haven't done this in a while, so I thought now would be a good time to start. I just got home and I went to get the paper and flipped to the sports section, obviously. And I didn't see Michigan's loss on the front page like I'd expected, considering it's a Michigan paper. But anyway, after flipping to the back of the newspaper, I found this beautiful little article written by huge Bill Simonson. I'm guessing you guys all know him. The most biased Michigan fan out there. Anyway, I'm going to read you a little part of this article because I find it very fascinating. He says that, I guess when you look at the way Ohio State fans still worship two former fired coaches, Woody Hayes and Tressel, it's tough to find any rhyme or reason to their nutty madness in Columbus. Michigan would never sell out to win. No way a coach who punched an opposing player and lost his job would ever be mentioned in Ann Arbor. Okay, so first of all, I don't agree with the whole Tressel being praised thing. I mean, well, at least that's half true. I think that you can't forget about a coach who's probably one of the biggest coaches in Ohio State history. I mean, all the Big Ten championships he led them to, the national championships, all that kind of stuff. You can't just forget about him. I do think, though, it was a little early to hoist him up on everyone's shoulders and praise him. He is the reason we're bowl banned, and there still should be a little bit of hatred towards him. For what he did and stuff, so I don't agree with the whole praising him this early, but you can't forget about him as a coach because of what he did in the past. So that's that, but then, okay, so Huge goes on to say, Michigan is so much better than Ohio State because we would never do this to our coach, blah, blah, blah. Okay, and then the next section, this is what he says. He says, I'm not going to put every Ohio State fan into the category of selling their football souls to the devil just to win. All Buckeyes are not bad. It's just the school has an arrogance and it thinks it's above everything. But he just said that he thinks Michigan is so much better than Ohio State, but he thinks we're arrogant. Okay, so that's ridiculous. I'm gonna email him and tell him that was a ridiculous article. Anyway, so that was that, and then I found it fascinating too that it was in the back of the newspaper, not in the front, because apparently they're not proud that they lost to us. Okay, anyway, so that was that. And then I want to make something clear here. Okay, he also goes on to say that he blames Al Borges for the loss, which it was bad play calling, so especially in the second half, that wasn't a good game for Michigan. But even if it was good play calling, you guys still would have lost. The only reason it was a close game between Michigan and Ohio State was because we made a bunch of mistakes, a bunch of stupid penalties and overthrows that should have been easy catches for touchdowns. There was one in the second half where Braxton Miller threw it way over our guy's head and he couldn't catch it, but if he would have been wide open for a touchdown. The other thing on third down, I think it was, towards the end zone, and he overthrew it and missed the guy wide open for a touchdown. So those kind of things cost us points. And then we had, I think it was in the third quarter, I watched the game like 4 times now on DVR. It's like the best game ever. Anyway, I think it was in the third quarter, we had 3 penalties in a row, which gave you guys like a first down and 15 extra yards. So it was stupid plays like that made it a close game. Otherwise, we would have blown you guys out, even if you did come back in the second half with good play calls. So I just wanted to clear that up. I am very happy that we won, if you can't tell. So yeah, that's that. And then now that I guess football season is over for me, at least college football season is, go Packers. Anyway, I think that I will move on to college basketball now. I should actually go watch the games. Indiana is playing North Carolina right now, and I think that's going to be a really good game. I'm really excited, kind of hoping Indiana loses, but I think that'll be a good matchup. And Cody Zeller's been really good lately, obviously, and so is Watford, which should be interesting. So I'm going to go watch that game, and then I think U of M plays NC State tonight, and I looked at the score, and they're up like 59 to 40 something right now. So I think the way that Michigan is ranked right now, I want to say they're a little overranked, but if they beat NC State, then I might reconsider their ranking. They look pretty good with the games I've seen, but they're all low-end teams that, every game's like 85 to 30 or whatever. I think once the games start getting into better programs when they play each other, then I think it'll be easier to tell which team's going to come out on top. I told Madison I still like Louisville. I mean, they're a really good team. So even, the way they've been playing lately, I think they'll still be good. And then Ohio State plays Duke tomorrow. That's going to be a really good game. That'll really show if Ohio State can come back after losing Sullinger and Buford, which is a big loss for them. But, I mean, they still have Deshaun Thomas, and he's been putting up a lot of points lately. Aaron Kraft is still my main guy. He's had so many steals and best defensive player right now. So that'll be good. And then I'm really looking for Ravenel to show up. He's one of the other big post presence, and he's got to really, control the post position if he wants to compete really well in the Big Ten. Deshaun's, he's our top scorer right now, but he's not really a big post presence. He's not as big as Sullinger was. That's where Ravenel kind of can take up some space. So hopefully he'll do that. And then, I think that's, and then Michigan State, they play, who do they play? Shoot. I'll have to ask Johnny. Anyway, I have to look at that. Who do they play? I knew this. Crud. Oh, they play Miami. That's who. Okay, so they play Miami tomorrow. I think they'll have an easy way or chance of winning that game. I don't know much about Miami. I hate Miami, so I don't really care about Miami. But they're 3-1, I want to say. And Michigan State's ranked 15 right now, so that should be an easy win for them if they compete. Keith Appling has to be on his game. I honestly love that dude, even though I am not a big MSU fan. I've heard enough about it from John, though. So it should be a great 2 days of college basketball, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And go Bucks. All right, see you guys.